Sports. It's in the game.
Wow, now that's what you call good football.
Tonight.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Throwing now is Garoppolo.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 79 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
On second down, Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 14-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell.
And he won't get any further as he's taken down right there at the 24.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off play action. Here's Goff. Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Looking for Wright, and he finds him. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Another milestone falling on that last throw in what has been an MVP-type season so far, as he has now gone over 4,000 yards passing already on the year.
And it's been a whole lot.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2. It's caught. And it's 8-0. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick-6. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now Garoppolo. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick-6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Raiders now set to get the football back. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Play action. Garoppolo. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. David Montgomery from 13 yards out. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Vegas. 73 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with first.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Lions have recovered.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game. And
he's got a man complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. This to Laporta, right side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From the 50, it's Goff. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On 1st and 10, Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Goff now looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jared Goff taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Lions extend their lead yet again. Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2.
And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit.
Donovan Peoples-Jones with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the post-speed plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Garoppolo. And it's complete to Adams. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris.
And the Lions are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Josh Reynolds, 74 yards.
And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Goff looking to throw. And this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
Throwing the slant, and he finds Mayer.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to our left.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he's knocked to the turf right there at the 46-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now a play fake, and it's gone. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Montgomery, another target and catch.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. In motion, the tight end.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Donovan Peoples-Jones
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like Something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Garoppolo now, first down throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Lions are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. On first down, it's gone.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the red zone now, Goff. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down. Play action. It's Goff. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Josh Reynolds, his second touchdown of the night. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go. They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And now here come the Raiders.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve?
And my goodness, another interception.
It's Brian Branch with it.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way. Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here first and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taking it about the 16.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Veteran Jared Goff back out with his Lions offense.
And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. On 2nd and 10, Goff. And he whips that one incomplete there.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Goff throwing again. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Goff. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out.
And he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Donovan Peoples-Jones
with an amazing diving catch.
And the Lions are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
To throw is Goff. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2. How people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Aiden. Able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Garoppolo. Hitting Mayer here on the out route. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 15. A 55-yard punt that time with a return of about 14. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be...
Here's a diving catch right side. That one good for 37 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Off play action. Here's Goff. That is caught by Laporta. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. each side helping guide them to this late lead.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Garoppolo now. And that's complete to Adams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now here is another interception. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 1st down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Goff going to throw it. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
That's caught, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Las Vegas' offense back out there, ready to go. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Throwing now, Goff. Caught by Montgomery. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He finds his man complete. It's Jenkins. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Now Garoppolo.
Short.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Lions have recovered.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And this is going to be caught, so add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean,